Once again, black privilege, right? Because white person said the same thing about black people. It would be on every single news station across America, everywhere. But perfectly fine for Whoopi and her little nappy dreadlocks to get up there and say that.
Okay. Before click that reacts, everyone just wanna sit back and relax.
I don't know if you guys have heard about this story yet, but basically, The View is calling for everybody to do like a Mexican version of blackface. The women of The View decided to go ahead and tell everybody that it would be a good idea to do their version of what they're calling Mexican face, right? Let's go ahead and let's take a listen.
Super Bowl when Bad Bunny is there and round up all these people that are illegal immigrants. Do you think that she would go if it was Garth Brooks or Eminem or Taylor Swift
wait,
or any other white
Let me
person?
understand what you're saying because she's going to go to the Super Bowl and round up. How's she going to know who's who?
Because the Supreme Court has given permission to question anyone who has a Spanish accent who has a dark skin.
Yeah. So here's
That's
the
why.
thing. Here's the thing. Everybody get a little cocoa butter, sit in the sun. That's the first thing. and this is the only time you can probably ever do this. Give yourself a Latin accent.
You know, Whoopi, that is
And
such a
just
good
see-
idea.
And see if she can tell who's who.
First thing I want to go ahead and touch on really quick is like I don't I don't know exactly if that's what they said that was allowed to happen. Anybody with brown skin or a Latin accent, they're just allowed to go ahead and round them up. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comment section if that's exactly what was said. You know, everything with the View says, you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt. But basically, she just told everybody to lather themselves up with cocoa butter, go sit out in the sun and go get like a little bit of a bronze tan and work on your Latin accent. All right. Wow. So, and then they say black people can't be racist, right? That's not racist to y'all in any way. That's not offensive. None of my Mexican people out there are offended by that statement. I mean, y'all gotta let me know if you are, because if I was Mexican, I would probably be a little bit offended. Me personally, I've seen Mexicans of all shades. I've even seen some Mexicans that look white. They look like white people. You can't even tell. Blue eyes, blonde hair, skin, light as all hell, and they're Spanish. But her depiction of Mexicans is covered in cocoa butter, I guess, and get that tan going. And then you gotta talk to people like, "Hey, what up, Vato? Hey, come on, Holmes. We gonna go down to the kind of city, ese." Right? This is her depiction of Mexicans. This not mine. That's hers. Let's run it back just in case you missed it. Let's hear what her depiction of Mexicans are. All right.
Why? Here's the thing. Everybody get a little cocoa butter, sit in the sun. That's the first thing. and this is the only time you can probably ever do this. Give yourself a Latin accent.
You know, Whoopi, that is
And
such a
just
good
see-
idea.
And see if she can tell who's who.
And listen to the echo chamber, right? The round of applause that she gets for, I don't know, depicting all Mexicans to be that like that, right? All Mexicans have a Latin accent, right? All Mexicans have like this same skin tone, right? Because you have to get your cocoa butter and sit out in the sun because you got to achieve the Mexican skin tone. All right, but then these are the same people that get mad when they say that, oh, all black people are dark skinned or all black people have a certain type of hair texture or that all black people speak in Ebonics, right? None of them know how to talk proper English. All they know how to do is, hey, man, what up, cuz? I'm finna go head down to the corner store, fam. You feel me? Yeah, right? This is, but they get mad if Mexicans or white people was to make the same exact caricature or description of black people, they would throw a hissy fit. But it's perfectly okay for her to get on a show with thousands of people watching. I don't know how popular their show is anymore. I don't know. I thought last I checked, it was going down the toilet. I'm actually even surprised they even still have a show to get out here and say this kind of nonsense. But once again, black privilege, right? Because white person said the same thing about black people, it would be on every single news station across America, everywhere. But perfectly fine for Whoopi and her little nappy dreadlocks to get up there and say that.
Okay. Before click that, reacts that rewind, just wanna sit back